Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Ashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttamaśloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue our discussion. What was going on? Narada Muni preached to Haryashva, first batch students of Narada Muni. They got passed. Now he is going to preach to second batch. Sloka number 13. 13 is over. From 14 onwards. Next, Nana Rupatmano Buddhihi Swairiniva Gunanvita Tanishtamagatasyeha Kim Asat Karma Bhavet. Translation, Radha Gordon Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Rohit. Narad Muni had described a woman who is a professional prostitute. The Haryasvas understood the identity of this woman. Mixed with the mode of passion, the unsteady intelligence of every living entity is like a prostitute who changes dresses just to attract one's attention.
Yes.
If one fully engages in temporary fruitive activities, not understanding how this is taking place, what does he actually gain?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
So, allegorical story was explained by Narada Muni, and these Haryashvas, they're understanding actually the meaning of that story by themselves, because we have seen already there. So their heart is already purified. So they are qualified to get the knowledge. So the qualification for become Jnani, what is that? So Antakarna Shuddhi, that means detachment is the Nirvidyata. So is the basic requirement actually. Shraddha is also needed. Apart from that Shraddha, they need detachment. So that's why we are seeing here these qualified people, just allegorical story is mentioned to them, and they are relating the meaning of that. So previously we have seen that prostitute actually. Now we have seen that there is a land, there is a kingdom. In that kingdom, there is a king. Who is that king? That king is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's the enjoyer. And apart from that, there is one more prostitute is there with him. And that prostitute is being explained here. Professional prostitute, the Haryashvas understood the identity of this woman. They understood how they understood mixed with the mode of passion, the unsteady intelligence of every living entity is like a prostitute who changes dresses just to attract one's attention. So, like his Jivatma is doing the different types of karma and it is engrossed in those things, and because of this, it is getting the different bodies based upon the karma. If one fully engages in temporary fruitive activities, not understand how this is taking place, so what does he actually gain? In every sloka, in coming slokas, this is a common word. Kim asat karma bihi bhavet. What is the meaning of this? Kim asat karma bhir bhavet. The meaning is, so fruitive activities. By the temporary, if one fully engages in temporary fruitive activities, not understanding how this is taking place, what does he actually gain? So this is the what does actually gain. That means with fruitive activity, because his father, what he's telling, he's asking him, is asking all of them to do austerity, and after that austerity, so they has to enter into the grihastha life and produce the progeny. So this was the duties given by instructions given to them. So now after hearing the story of Narada Muni, they are thinking that Kim asat karma bhi bhave, what will happen by these fruitive activities? So this is the basic point, and basic, that means understanding. They are like this. You can see in the next also, in that story, each component is being related with the particular one, and then after that, Kim asat karma vir bhavet. This you'll be seeing as a common thing. Okay. So purport I will read a little bit, because purport, these purports are very important, but we'll try to cover purports also, because commentary is not much is there, but purports are having much, because purports are very much focused. Prabhupada generally, materialism he defeats very with full enthusiasm. So that's why we should, whenever material, like you see in the forest, so material world, forest of material world, there also Prabhupada purports are so wonderfully given. So some places, yes, we should definitely fully focus on purports which were not available in the, so those points in the commentaries. And some places commentaries, if you understand, some purports are like that. If you understand commentaries, then purports will become very easy. Some places, so commentaries are less, but Prabhupada is explaining very elaborately, especially modern materialism. So those things we can see from the purports, we can understand the realizations of Prabhupada. A woman who has no husband declares herself independent, which means that she becomes a prostitute. A prostitute generally dresses herself in a various fashions intended to attract a man's attention to the lower part of her body. Today, it has become a much advertised fashion for a woman to go almost naked, covering the lower part of her body only slightly, in order to draw the attention of a man to her private parts for sexual enjoyment. The intelligence engaged to attract a man to the lower part of the body is the intelligence of a professional prostitute. So professional prostitutes, yeah, they dresses just to attract to their lower parts. Similarly, the intelligence of a living entity does who doesn't turn his attention toward Krishna or the Krishna consciousness movement simply changes dresses like a prostitute. We are getting the body after the body. So purports are very, very quite direct and meanings and understandable. So we'll be just give a reading and going. Okay. What is the benefit of such a foolish intelligence? One should be intelligently conscious in such a way that he need no longer change from one body to another. Karmis change their professions at any moment, but Krishna conscious person doesn't change his profession. For his only profession is to attract the attention of Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and living a very simple life without following daily changes of passion. In our Krishna conscious movement, fashionable persons are taught to adopt one fashion, the dress of a Vaishnava with a shaved head and tilak. They are taught to be always clean in mind, dress, and eating in order to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. What is the use of chanting, changing one's dress, sometimes wearing long hair and a long beard, and sometimes dressing otherwise? This is not good. One should not waste his time in such a frivolous activities. One should always be fixed in Krishna consciousness and take the cure of devotional service with him, determination. Okay, you understood? Prabhupada is telling about the Jiva and also the Krishna conscious person is not at all running behind the changing the varieties of the dresses and attracting. So especially Prabhus, they have only one dress code. Mataji is also simple, they wear sari, that's all. No other styles of dresses. Yeah. So next, Tatsanga Brahmshitairashvam Samsarantam Kubharyavat Tadgitarabhudasyeha Kimasat Karma Bhavet. So Bhavagrahi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Narada Muni had also spoken of a man who is the husband of the prostitute. The Haryashvas understood this as follows. If one becomes the husband of a prostitute, he loses all independence. Similarly, if a living entity has polluted intelligence, he prolongs his materialistic life. Frustrated by material nature, he must follow the movements of the intelligence, which brings various conditions of happiness and distress. If one performs fruitive activities under such conditions, what will be the benefit?
Yeah. So always you'll be seeing that if someone conducts in such a conditions fruitive activities, what is the benefit of those? This is the common. Kim asat karma bhir bhavet. We are always relating with the father's instruction. What is this of his father's instructions? No use. So this is the point. Here what is said? If one becomes the husband of a prostitute, he loses all independence. Similarly, if a living entity has polluted intelligence, he prolongs his materialistic life, frustrated by material nature. He must follow the movements of the intelligence, which bring the various conditions of happiness and distress. So it doesn't mean that now you see prostitute's husband is always in anxiety. That do you think that now here Paramatma is anxiety for this Jivatmas? So bad nature. It's not like that. It means Paramatma is who the any Jivatma is turning away from him and they are doing their own independent activities. For this Supreme Lord is not at all. So whoever is not doing any devotion, he is not at all interfering into their activities, because he is always interfering in those people's life who are those people's life who are doing the devotion. So because you have seen in the commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the 6th canto 2nd chapter 9 and 10 slokas, so devotees Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas and Suddha Bhaktas, Kevala Bhaktas, they are in the jurisdiction of Bhakti and Lord's control. But others who are not, that means we have seen others, demigod worshippers, karmis, and other, so whatever that means, they follow other kinds of the sadhanas other than bhakti. They are not in the jurisdiction of the Lord, and Lord is not at all so personally interfering into their life. Only, but in the case of devotees, he interferes and he reduces the karma, he increases the karma, he will take the full charge. But in the case of others, whatever the system is designed, so karma system, and that is the result is coming. So that's why here, of course, Jivatma is said in the prostitute in the sense of, because of it is compared with the prostitute because it is not following its master. But it doesn't mean that they are in the day-to-day life, the husband is getting the pain. So Lord is getting the pain. No, that we should not take. You should not take the full example actually. That means whatever portion of the thing is needed, that much only you should take. If you say someone as Chandramukhi, you should take the only the intention of the speaker. So that means the beauty of the moon is needed there, that much only you should take. It's not that the coolness is there and also that means spots are there, so she's also having spots on the face. That we should not compare actually. So okay, here polluted intelligence has, now I am doing reading for a purport. So polluted intelligence has been compared to a prostitute. One who has not purified his intelligence is said to be the controlled by that prostitute, as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Vyavasayatmika buddhirekeha kurunandana. Those who are actually serious are conducted by one kind of intelligence, namely intelligence in Krishna consciousness. So that means who are bahusyaka anantascha. Even so, sahasrani santinunam. So Sukadeva Goswami also says in the second canto, first chapter, who are not devotees, they have innumerable things to discuss. But who are coming into the Krishna consciousness, they have only one objective, that is achieving the love of the Krishna. So this is the point you can understand, and I'm going further. Okay. Srishtyapyayakarim mayam vela kulanta vegitam mattasya tam avignasya kimasat karma virbhavet. Translation, Ravindra Chaitanya Prabhu. No? Okay. Narada Muni had said that there is a river flowing in both directions. The Haryashvas understood the purport of this statement. Material nature functions in two ways, by creation and dissolution. Thus, the river of material nature flows both ways. A living entity who unknowingly falls in this river is submerged in its waves. And since the current is swifter near the banks of the river, he is unable to get out. What will be the benefit of performing fruitive activities in that river of Maya? What else we heard in that story? So what is that? So flowing of river. River, the meaning is explained here. What is that river? Creation and dissolution. So two ways, creation and dissolution. This is the river actually. Both ways. That means this flow is in the two directions. That means creation and destruction. Purport, one may be submerged in the waves of the river of Maya, but one may also get free from the waves by coming to the banks of knowledge and austerity. Near these banks, however, the waves are very strong. If one doesn't understand how he is being tossed by the waves, but simply engages in temporary fruitive activities, what benefit will he derive? In Brahma Samhita, there is this statement, Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha. So Maya Shakti Durga is in the charge of Srishti Sthiti Pralaya, creation and dissolution, and she acts under the directions of the Supreme Lord. Maya Dakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. So a Krishna conscious person takes knowledge from the Vedic literature, and at the same time, he must practice austerities. To attain freedom from material life, one must take to Krishna consciousness. So you all know this is a basic important point. This material world is flowing. That means living entities are getting birth and they are also getting the death. Like this, This is keep on flowing. So production is there, destruction is there. Like this is keep on going. That is the point. Panchavimshati tattvanam purushotbhuta dharpanaha adhyatmam abhudasyeha kima satkarma bhirbhave. Nityamukund Prabhu.
Had said that there is a house.
Oh, actually, your signal is not proper, Prabhu. I will read. Mute it. Okay. Sorry, Prabhu. We are muting. Your signal is not good. We are not able to hear. Narada Muni had said that there is a house made of 25 elements. The Haryashvas understood this analogy. So, what is that? That is nothing but the Supreme Lord is the reservoir of 25 elements. And as the Supreme Being, the conductor of the cause and effect, he causes their manifestation. If one engages in temporary fruitive activities, not knowing its Supreme Person, what benefit will he derive? This house is what? This house of 25 elements is, what is that? Body, material body. Our body is made up of 25 elements. All are there. Why quite easy purport this is, please go through from this. Aishwaram shastram utsrujya bandha mokshanu darshanam vivikta padamagnaya kima satkarma bhirbhavet. So, Saranakanti Prabhu.
Narada Muni had spoken of a swan. That swan is explained in this verse. The Vedic literatures, Shastras, vividly describe how to understand the Supreme Lord, the source of all material and spiritual energy. Indeed, they elaborately explain these two energies. The swan, Hamsha, is one who discriminates between the matter and spirit, who accepts the essence of everything and who explains the means of bondage and the means of liberation. The words of scriptures consist of variegated vibrations. If a foolish rascal leaves aside the study of these shastras to engage in temporary activities, what will be the result?
Thank you. So now what we are seeing in that allegorical story, swan. Swan also is explained by him. So Narada Muni said swan. What is that swan? Tell me. Tell me what? Vedic literature, Shastras. Shastras are the swans. So they are describing about the matter and spirit. So that is the swan is one who discriminates between matter and spirit. Shastras. Shastras are swans. We should take the shelter of the Shastras. But someone is not taking, and then they are just in the illusion. That means the swan is, what is the specialty of this swan? It separates the water and milk. So similarly, Shastras are clearly separate the matter and spirit. So that's why Shastras are called as swan here. Next. Kala chakram brahmitikshnam sarvam nishkarshaya jagat swatantram abudasyeha kima satkarma bhirbhavet. So, Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
Prabhu, if I'm not mistaken, I have to read 17th translation, right?
No, 19th Prabhu. 19.
Narada Muni had spoken of a physical object made of sharp blades and thunderbolts. The Haryasvas understood this allegory as follows. Eternal time moves very shortly as if made of razors and thunderbolts. Uninterrupted and fully independent, it drives the activities of the entire world. If one does not try to study the eternal element of time, what benefit can he derive from performing temporary material activities?
Yes. So what is this being explained here? Blades, sharp blades and thunderbolts. So is compared with what? Time. Time is very short. And whenever we get time, so you have to leave the place. That's all. So time is being explained here, the influence of the time. This verse explains the words of Kshaurapavyam, Savyam, Swayam Brahmi, which especially refer to the orbit of eternal time. It is said that the time and tide wait for no man, according to the moral instructions of the great politicians Chanakya Pandit. Ayushaha kshana ekopi nalabhya swarna kotibihi nachet nirarastakam nitaha nitihi kacha hanisthatodhika. So what is said here? Even a moment of one's lifetime couldn't be returned in exchange for millions of dollars. Therefore, one should consider how much loss one suffers if he wastes even a moment of his life for nothing. Living like an animal, not understanding the goal of life. One foolishly thinks that there is no eternity and that his lifespan of 50, 60, or at the most 100 years is everything. So this is the greatest foolishness. Time is eternal and is the material world one passes through different phases of his eternal life. Time is compared here into a sharp razor. A razor is meant to shave the hair from one's face, but it is not carefully handled. The razor will cause disaster. So similarly, time you should utilize. About the time also said, now if someone is not spending that time, if anyone spend that time in the Krishna consciousness, then for him, what we studied in the second canto, Ayur Harati Vaibhava. So yeah, so that means if anyone, so his life is saved. Even if you 1 second, if you spend time in Krishna consciousness, then you are completely saved. So, but life is being wasted by the rising and sunset, sun rising and sun setting. One's life is keep on, that means is finished. But if he spend 1 second also in the Krishna consciousness in his life, then he is saved and he doesn't have so further though no more of so destruction of his ayu because he is getting the eternal benefit. So okay, next. Shastrasya pituradesham yona veda nivartakam khatadam khatam tadanurupaya guna visrambu pakramet. Was there? Okay, Yashoda Kirti Mataji. No? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Oh, your net is also not so good. Your voice is breaking. Okay, mute it. Mute it, Mataji. Mute, mute. Your voice is not audible. Not audible.
Prabhuji, voice. I'm audible, Prabhu.
No. Okay, I will read. One must accept the original instructions of the Shastra. According to the Vedic civilization, one is offered a sacred thread as a sign of second birth. One takes his second birth by dint of having received instructions in the Shastras from a bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, Shastra, scripture, is the real father. All the Shastras instruct that one should end his material way of life. If one doesn't know the purpose of father's order, the Shastras he is ignorant. The words of material father who endeavors to engage his son in material activities are not the real instructions of the father. So, who is the real father? Shastras are the real father. Shastrasya pituhu adesham yono veda nivartakam katam tadanurup. So leaving the instructions of Shastra and simply following the so-called material father, what is the use? So that is the point. That means kim asat karma bhir bhavet. So material father is engaging in the material activities, but Shastra is engaging him in the Shastra is telling him to go for the nivritti. That means leave everything. Pravartakaha. That means nivritti it is explaining to leave everything. So that's why real father is Shastra. So they want to follow real father. यतोयम गुणे प्रवृत्ति मार्गे एव विश्रम्भी अयमेव आदेशः इति विश्वासवान् अतः शास्त्रस्य शास्त्रानुसपितुश्च निवृत्ति धर्म एव आज्ञा. So material father is giving the pravrutti dharma, and Shastra is also father, and it is giving the nivritti dharma. What they are going to take now? Nivritti dharma. Good. Because these are all very intelligent people actually. They are already purified in their heart, and such intellectual people, they always take the right path. So that's why Shastra Tatparya Pratikulam Pratikula Madehe Madeshtuhu Pratikula Made. That means Daksha is instructing against the Shastras. So that's why Dakshasya Pitrutva Abhavat. So that's why he is not a father, because he is instructing against the Shastras. Apalan Agnaya Apalaneva Nasti Pratyavaya iti. So that's why if who is not instructing according to Shastras, some father is not instructing according to Shastras, even if you don't follow him, there is no Pratyavaya, means there is no sin. Generally, if you don't follow the father, then you'll get the sin. That is the system actually. But if father is not instructing according to the Shastras, is not ordering you according to Shastras, then what? If you don't follow that father, will you get any sin? You will not get any sin. You can leave that, no problem. Ityanudhvanihi tasmat mattah eva Vishnoho mantram gruhitva kvachit ekantah upavishya tam Vishnumeva bhajeta. What is the conclusion they came to know? They came to conclusion that we will accept the Vishnu's mantra and we'll go to such a secluded place, lonely place, and we'll chant this mantra and we'll worship Vishnu. This is the best. So this is the conclusion. So main point is here. So father, if he is not instructing based upon Shastra, then he is not a father. If you don't follow him, then there is no sin. Okay, next. Ityavasita rajan haryashva ekachetasah prayayustam parikramya pantanam anivartanam. Sukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, after hearing the instructions of Narada, the Haryashvas, the sons of Prajapati Daksha, were firmly convinced. They all believed in his instructions and reached the same conclusion. Having accepted him as their spiritual master, they circumambulated the great sage and followed the path by which one never returned to this world. That's a nivritti. So that's it. Iti visheshena avasitam nischitam yaihi tehi ekachetasa. That means all the 10,000 boys came to one conclusion. Sri Guru Kara Charana Amruta Grahana Dandavat Pranama Nadayaha Api Upalakshante. They did all the Dandavat Pranam, they did. All 10,000 boys one time. Nice. So from this verse, we can understand that meaning of initiation and the duties of a disciple and spiritual master. Spiritual master never instructs his disciple, take a mantra from me, pay me some money. And by practicing this yoga system, you will become very expert in middle. So just Prabhupada is rejecting the so-called gurus at that time. They used to take money and give the initiation. And people used to take initiation for the passion actually. It's a style. Like that they used to take. So Prabhupada is saying this. Actually, Guru Seva is very important. So It's very, very important. And so gurus are how many types? Three types of gurus: Shravana Guru, Siksha Guru, and no, Bhajan Guru and Siksha Guru are both. So Mantra Guru, three gurus are there. So whoever the Shravana Gurus, they are also actually, if you see in Ananya Bhakti, if we after getting the Purna Shraddha, there is no need of any. That means Purna Shraddha means for Sharanapatti. By Sharanapatti, you can achieve everything. Is there need of Guru Seva? Regularly, Guru Seva is needed. Philosophically, there is no need. But Guru Seva is needed for the two things. But still, so of course, if one is having the full Sharanapatti, then there is no need of any Guru. Full Sharanapatti means, of course, Sharanapatti is there, then only you can call it as Ananya Bhakta. Otherwise, you cannot call it as Ananya Bhakta. That Sharanapati is also explained. That's the 6 sanghas are there in that, 6 components. So, but Guru Seva, here Guru Seva is what? Is a sadhana. It's not that you are accepting Guru there. So many times you may get the confusion actually. So in our diagram, if you see, this is our diagram. And this is the Shraddha is the entry door, that means Purna Shraddha. And after that, what you will be getting? You will be getting Guru Seva, Sadhu Seva, Bhajana Kriya, and then Anartha Nivritti, and like this. And this is Karmi, and he is by getting association. So he is doing the before Purna Shraddha, he will be doing the some Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. He will be doing here Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, he will do here. So what I want to say, Shraddha means what? Sharanapatti. Sharanapatti. By getting the Sharanapatti, by practicing of Sharanapatti, you will definitely get Krishna. But still Shastra is saying that to go to next sadhana also. These are all the different sadhanas of the Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. Different Vaidhi sadhana bhaktis, these are all. So Guru Seva is also one of the sadhana actually. Guru you accept here itself because you are developing Shraddha means you need to have Shravana Guru. Shravana Guru and Bhajana Guru and Mantra Guru. You can get all these here. Adav means what? So associating the sadhus, in that sadhus, you'll be accepting one as a, one or two few are as a Shravana Gurus, one as a Bhajana Guru, and someone as Mantra Guru. So then after that, by associating that Guru, you'll be getting the Shraddha. Then after that, so you are serving him regularly, regular basis. Then that is this is what Guru Seva is, the sadhana here. And selection of Guru happened here itself before that. Okay, this is the point we should understand. So why we have to do Guru Seva? So what is the benefit of the serving Guru? After that, no. So Sadhu Seva, Guru, Sadhu, then this is Bhajana. Yeah, Guru Seva, and as per the Guru's instruction, you should do the Sadhu Seva. That means, so whom Guru instructs you to associate, so those sadhus only should associate. Okay, Gurus, based upon the Guru's instruction, so one should associate the sadhus. Whimsically, you should not select the sadhus. So, because as per instructions of Guru, we should follow. Okay, so who are the Guru here? Only Mantra Guru? It's not like that. Even Shravana Guru and Siksha Guru, these are also very important. So there in the Bhakti Sundarbha it is written, so whomever you are hearing, from whomever you are hearing, you should have so complete respect for him. If you don't have respect, and if you modern ways, if you see nowadays, so the system is completely corrupted actually. People's consciousness, they will be fight for this. Hey, Guru is not like this. Commenting on the Guru, who are you actually? Who are you to comment? Huh? So you should have that respect that attitude, and you should not see the faults in the Guru. So because seeing the faults in the Guru means you are destroying your life. So that we may think that what is this Shravana Guru means? If you are learning from anyone, you should be having the respect, that basic respect. Then this Guru, that means Ninda, you are doing the third offense. That means you are committing the serious offense towards the Guru. Because here, especially in our case, it's not like a modern material education. This is a traditional education. We are serving freely, and we are bringing all of you for online is a different thing, but on site we are serving you all out of compassion and love. You should be cooperate. You should feel gratitude, greatness. Yes or no? You should feel or not. And if you see that, hey, what is, if you don't understand the feeling of the Guru, and if you think that ऐसा होना चाहिए, ऐसा होना चाहिए, ये कैसा होना चाहिए, so you have to understand the pain of Guru, how much he is taking. If you don't understand this, what kind of bhakti you are doing? This is really very no more bhakti, that is, because by the Guru's mercy only we are. Guru means what? The tattvam. So that is the Guru tattvam is there in that, actually, in that. But why he is able to speak? This is the mercy of the Lord, actually. You should see that. Of course, Guru also should not take it for granted, but we should understand. We should have, sometimes Guru will be for the 1 month, 2 months, 10 months, 1 year. He will be keeping one for even for the, so 10 years he will not speak, teach anything to him. They will be simply serving him, actually. That is the mood, actually. We should learn that kind of mood from the Guru. So that means from the Shastras. And if you become a democracy is having the such a culture we learn, actually. Anywhere you should rebel on the system. Hey, ऐसा होना चाहिए, कैसा होना चाहिए, क्या ये ऐसा होने से भगवान ले जाएंगे क्या आपको? क्या आपका भगवान को कौन ले जाएंगे? जब किसको आप प्रसन्न करके आप फाइटिंग करके सीखेंगे क्या? फाइटिंग करके सीखेंगे? So fighting कर कभी नहीं सीख सकते. With by fighting you will never learn anything. You should be humble. What kind of service you did for Guru? You are everyday learning. Did you do any service for the Guru? Anytime? Prabhu, so do you need any water? Did you ask in your life? Did you ask? Prabhu, can I do something for you? Do you have any pain or any problem? Did you ask any time? No. That means what kind of love you have? What is this? It's just, hey, I joined in ISKCON and I came here and I should get everything. What is this? What is this actually? We are there we offer the life to serve the community, our community. We are not just something, we are not getting anything actually, just selflessly day and night, hours and hours every day, especially my case, 5 hours I teach. I am not taking any maja kuch nahi actually, but it's a responsibility and enduring and struggling, because there are definitely system also is needed, but you should understand the situation actually. You should be careful before commenting. You should be very careful, and you should be having that much Vaishnavism. If you are not having any Vaishnavism, then what? That means you don't at all have any. You are all seeing on-site people. They are seeing or not? Not seeing my schedule. You are not seeing. Your people are not seeing my schedule. What I am doing. So anytime I do any maja, kahin jata hu kuch. So what do you say? So because we are there to serve all of you, it's nothing actually. Dedicatedly, selflessly, with full pure intention, we want to serve. Nothing, no more interest. We are not going to go get any post position, this, that, no hankering. Selflessly. And also staying in Govardhan is not possible for everyone. People will leave this place because they don't have sufficient sukriti. So people have this so many anarthas. What do you say? Is it easy thing? Is it easy thing to stay in the Govardhan? So people will come and go, and also people will come with ulterior motives. And if definitely, but what qualification, what kind of service they have for the Guru and the system? When we call for students to come to this place and we are providing prasadam and we are providing free education, how they should be? So did you go to your Guru's room any time and did you ask, Prabhu, what can I serve? What can I do for you? Did you ask in your life one time? Did you ask one time? I'm asking all of you. What do you think actually this? Who are you actually? Why we have to serve? Did you ask? Everyone just in your heart, you go and ask. You think yourself. You have to cry for this actually. Feel shame for this. I'm really saying actually. You should feel shame actually, really. If you didn't ask that, you should feel shame. I was not like that, Prabhu. Even mundane teachers we used to learn, going and humbly, Gurudev, aapko kuch chahiye kya? Kya kuch seva kar sakta hu? Do you have any service for me today? That means not every day, but at least once in a week. Gurudev, aapko koi seva? Pani lana hai, Ganga jal lana hai, फूल ले आना है, फल ले आना है, कुछ और करना है. What can I do for you? Because if someone, you are learning from someone, he is Guru for you. He is Guru for you. He is maybe younger than you. He is Guru for you. Then if he is not at all Guru for you, then you should not, then there is no relation, there is no flow actually. There is no flow of the knowledge. Uska falibhut hota hi nahi actually. I used to learn from the 20 years young boy, and I was having the 33 years at that time. And I used to stand like this in front of him. Oh, that he was teaching only Sanskrit Vyakaran. Why I'm saying I'm so great devotee or not, but this is a system we was given. Everyone is like that. We are Vaishnavas. We don't. Do you have some small, that means etiquette? Whenever teacher comes, will you stand up? Will you have any respect feeling? Will you do any pranam? Whoever is coming in your room, classroom, and he is going to teach to you, do you have any obeisances? Do you offer any time? What is this culture actually? This also need to be said to all of you. So kya actually? Har ek cheez granted. We are not observing. We are observing all of you. But we should not say anything. But because if we say, then this Kali Yuga and people are very, very like in the quarrel nature actually. Then they will take revenge in the another way, this way, that way, propaganda. So bad propaganda, backside, speaking backside and spreading the bad news. What is this actually? If you have anything, should come to the Guru, because he is your Guru. You have any concern, please go to your Guru and tell, my dear Gurudev, I want this. Don't you have that much freedom? Back punch kyun kar raha hai? Why you are speaking in the back? It's very bad, na? Speaking about your Guru in the backside. If you have any clarification, go to him and ask. So what is this? And it's not a joke actually, staying in the Vrindavan, and that too for the years and years, and doing the bhajan, sadhana and education. And also this is a very, so we are creating such a world-class level of educational system here. So we are trying to put, and also of course from our side we have, our teachers are very few, and it's not that we without planning we started with planning, because some difficulties came and our teachers not able to come on time, and several things became little bit hodgepodge, but we're accepting. But what kind of reciprocation should be there? What kind of, that means we should work like a family. You should speak to the Guru directly. You can express, you can find the solution. Don't complain. Find the solution. Help in the solution. That is the maturity. That is the, by seeing problem, you should not go away. You should, if you are really genuine person, क्या है इधर तो जैसे होटल जैसा है, In this hotel, I am not getting the required food. I will leave this and I will go to new hotel. Is it like that? That much relational you have? That is the nature you have. You learned that in your whole life. What do you say? It's very cheap, na? Very cheap. Not good. No, it's not good. It's not good. So by offending Vaishnavas, you will never go anywhere, Prabhu. People will never go anywhere. It's a very serious offense towards the Guru, and backside speaking very negatively, badly, is very, 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 very bad nature. This is very, very bad nature. After studying the whole, so Bhakti Vaibhava, what is use? That Bhakti Vaibhava will not at all give any result. You may get certificate, when what is that certificate? Are you going to get now the Krishna consciousness, Krishna Prapti? No. First of all, Vaishnu on top of that Gurus. So one should be very humble, actually. Very humble, careful, and also. So that reciprocation, that love should be there, actually. Automatically, teacher should feel love. Hours and hours working and explaining on the board. So, you know the pain, how much it happens, how much it takes. So it's not a, of course, if you are seeing that it's a lazy Guru, so then you can say lazy. And he's a lazy fellow, then it's like that. We are not lazy. We are not lazy. No, actually. Whatever, but so it's very, after all, after complete blood also, if you distribute to the whole society, still they say that is the nature. This way material world teaches all the time. Yes, this is not the place to expect anything, and so leave this place, and so depend on Krishna, and it is good, actually. Good. This is good for the, as a, you should take like that only. So you cannot satisfy, actually. Even if you give complete life, whole time, whole blood, still people will comment negatively only. This is the thing, actually. So teaching us material world is such a place. Yes. I'm sorry, actually, but this is my heart. I'm seeing these things, actually, in my heart. So maybe some people, they say that we paid money, but what is your money? So money is just for your service. It's not for our service. Krishna is giving everything. We are maintained by Krishna, actually, not by someone's money. We are just dependent on Krishna. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay, bro. So I'm really indebted to our Atul Gopal. He's not at all my direct student, but the way he shows his love, really, I'm so what is there, actually? By Guru's mercy, what are the two benefits of the Guru's mercy? In your life, the obstacles which you cannot cross by your own, those obstacles will be removed by the Guru's mercy. And by the mercy of the Guru only, you'll get the mercy of the Krishna. So one more point, if you displease the Lord, then Guru will forgive. If you displease the Guru, in this whole universe, nobody is going to forgive you. Nobody. Whoever is teaching, he is Guru. Yes, you should be humble enough. That means that is a position, actually. That is needed. So you have to see that that benefit what you are getting. You are learning. Your ignorance is dispelled by the mercy of the Guru, by his words. Even one point, if you learn, if it is changing your Krishna consciousness life, how much you should feel for that. How much you should feel for that. And that's why I request all of you, in future, actually, wherever you go, you be submissive to your Gurudev. Gurudev means we should not think that the only my spiritual master who gave mantra is only the Guru. No. Jiva Goswami is writing in the Bhakti Sandarbha clearly. Shravana Guru is also Guru. And Shiksha Guru is also Guru. Mantra Guru is also Guru. All he is mentioning. By all their mercy, you can get the mercy of the Krishna. Then this is a concept of, I don't know, actually. So, but from my childhood also, we were trained like that. Even math teacher, we are so submissive. So teacher, what we want. We are always, we're ready to do whatever he says. In our elementary school, in our JPH, I studied in the Jilla Parshad High School. That's in that. We used to do all the service. We used to make the coffee, tea, whatever at that time. We used to make all the services. So yeah. So we used to make all the this kind of services. Service attitude if you don't have, and what? Only for me, Prabhupada is Guru and nobody is Guru. Then what we call then this person who is teaching to you? If he is not Guru and he is not, then what we should give the name for that? Is there any another name is there? Information actually, yeah. So then that is the only information only. Then you will also get information, you will leave the information. Because information comes and goes. Then it will not change your heart. Because the way we have take from him, if you take him from, that means with heart, then that will function on the heart. And if you take it as just information, then you'll get that and you'll forget. Then it's very difficult then, Prabhu. Then your 1.5 year life is wasted. So, but many people, so I don't know why here, because especially I didn't set such a strong standards. We gave freedom, but people took that because of maturity. Many elder devotees also, they came, they understand mature way. But after coming here, so people have so many other distractions, this, that, and own plannings. And so if they have problem in the teaching, they should say, Prabhu, your teaching is bekar. Is it like that? Your teacher's teaching is bekar. You should say that directly. Then you can say. And you're not at all learning anything. Is it like that? Okay, it's okay, no problem. I don't know. The spiritual master never instruct his disciple. Take him on the, okay, next. After hearing the instructions of Narada Muni, the Haryashvas, the sons of Prajapati, Daksha, decided not to be entangled in the materialistic life by begetting hundreds of children and having to take care of them. This would have been unnecessarily entangling. The Haryashvas didn't consider pious and impious activities. Their materialistic father had instructed them to increase the population, but because of the words of Narada Muni, they could not heed that instruction. Narada Muni, as their spiritual master, gave them the sastric instructions that they should give up this material world. This is the thing. So, Guru's instruction and father's instruction, there is big difference. Next, Swarabrahmani nirbhata Hrishikesha padambuje Akhandam chittamavesha lokanucharan munihi. The 7 musical notes, sa, ri, ga, ma, pa, da, and ni, are used in musical instruments, but originally they came from Samaveda. The great sage Narada Muni vibrates sounds describing the past tense of the Supreme Lord. By such transcendental vibration, such as Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he fixes his mind at the lotus feet of the Lord. Thus he directly perceives Rishikesha, the master of the senses. After delivering the Haryashvas, Narada Muni continued traveling throughout the planetary systems, his mind always fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord. So they all left and they fixed their mind in the lotus feet of the Lord. And Narada is also, so singing is Sultanpura, and is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra all the time. And yes, Prabhupada is writing in the last purport, so Guru Parampara here. So in this regard, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song he gave. So Narada Muni played his veena, and so Radhika Ramane Nama Amani Uditahaya Bhakta Gita Same. So there are there. So please go through. We'll try to do quickly a little bit. So Nasham Nishamya Putranam Naradat Silashalinam Anvatapyata Kasochan Suprajastvam Suchampadam. Translation: the Haryashvas, the sons of Prajapati Daksha, were very well behaved, cultured sons, but unfortunately, because of the instructions of Narada Muni, they deviated from the order of their father. When Daksha heard this news, which was brought to him by Narada Muni, he began to lament. When Daksha heard this news, which was brought to him by Narada Muni, and Narada Muni himself, so he told, I preached to your 10,000 boys, and so they went to do the tapasya. They went to do the tapasya. Hanta hanta tadrisho me putraha naradena brahmshita hiti vishasana suprajastvam suputratvam sucham padam shokanam sthanam shoka dukkha drishta vantaha eva lokaha suprajaha bhavanti iti vilapabha. So he was crying actually, hanta hanta, like that. Daksha was crying like anything. Vishasana suprajastvam suprajavatvam sucham padam. I'm going with I will finish these 2 chapters actually, Prabhu. So and 5th and 6th, because 6th chapter is very simple and easy, and 5th chapter, in some slokas we need to give the discussion. The main point is this: you understood in this story, Narada Muni is guiding them towards this, and once again Daksha commit offense. That means he will give curse to the Narada Muni. So because he is doing this offense, because he is having the uncleared offense, what he did towards the Shiva or Shiva. So that's why he's a Mahan Vaishnava. So that's why that led to the one more offense. And that is the main point you should get. Offenses lead to further offenses. So that's the one point you should understand from this story. And apart from this, other discussions are very quite easy. And also, you should understand that father is not instructing according to Shastras. If you reject his orders, then that is not going to give any sin. That also one more point, main points you should learn. Other than this, yeah, story goes, then we'll finish that story. Sabuyah panchajanyayam ajena parisantvitaha Putran ajanayad dakshaha savalashwan sahasrinaha. When Prajapati Daksha was lamenting for his lost children, Lord Brahma specified him with instructions. And thereafter Daksha begot 1,000 more children in the womb of his wife Panchajani. This time his sons were known as Shavalashvas. 10,000 over now 1,000. So he tried for 1,000. Okay. And their name is Shavalashvas. Yeah, yes, Prabhu. Acha. Yutpatti, he didn't give, Prabhu. In maybe in Vakaran it may be, but here Acharya's commentary, I saw Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary. Nothing is given. Yeah. So next another 1,000 boys, they got birth to the 1,000 boys. They gave birth to the 1,000 boys. Te cha pitra samadishta praja sarge dhritavrataha narayana saro jagmur yatra siddha swapurvajah. As his brothers, they also went back actually to that's what is that Narayana Sara. That's a place where Sindhu River merges into enters into the ocean. That place. They went to the same place and they try to do the same. That means tapasya and chant the mantras to the Lord. So like this, they are doing the same austerities like how their elder brothers they did. Then what happened? Tad upasparshana deva vinurduta malashayah japanto brahma paramam te pustatra mahattapaha. At Narayana Saras, the second group of sons performed penances in the same way was the first. They bathed in the holy water, and by its touch, all the dirty material desires in their hearts were cleansed away. They murmured mantras beginning with Omkara and underwent a severe course of austerities. So they also went for the austerities next. Abjaksha kati chinmasan kati chid vayu bhojanaha aradayan mantramimam abhyasyanta idaspatim. Om Namo Narayanaya Purushaya Mahatmane Vishuddha Sattva Dishnyaya Mahahamsaya Dhimahi. So they did lot of austerities. For a few months, the sons of Prajapati Daksha drank only water and ate only air. Thus, undergoing great austerities, they recited this mantra. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always situated in his transcendental abode. Since he is the Supreme Person, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto him. So they were Om Namo Narayanaya. So this is the mantra they were chanting. They are pairing. And also they did a lot of vratas they did. So Krichran. So Katichit Arabdaksha Katichit Masan Katichit Vayu Bhojana. They were eating only air. So such austerities they did. So then Iti Tanapi Rajendra Praja Sargadiyo Munihi Utpetya Narada Praha Vacha Kutani Purvavat. O King Parikshit, Narada Muni approached these sons of Prajapati Daksha who were engaged in tapasya to beget children and spoke enigmatic words to them, just as he heard spoken to their elder brothers. So same Narada Muni entered once again into the picture and he gave the same instructions to these people also. Like allegorical story, once again he told to them and they also understood. So then what happened? They also left. Dakshayana samshrunata gadato nigamam mama anvichata nupadavim bratrunam bratruvatsala. O son of Daksha, please hear my words of instruction attentively. You are all very affectionate to your elder brothers, the Haryashvas. Therefore, you should follow their path. Narada Muni encouraged Prajapati Daksha's second group of sons by awakening their natural affinity for their brothers. He urged them to follow their older brothers if they were at all affectionate toward them. Family affection is very strong, and therefore Narada Muni followed this tactic of reminding them of their family relationship with the Haryashvas. Generally, the word Nigama refers to the Vedas, but here Nigama refers to the instructions contained in the Vedas. Narada Muni is engaged in distributing this fruit. That means this Vedic tree is having the fruit that is Srimad Bhagavatam. The instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam is distributed to all these, and they also became devotees. So actually, if you see in the previously, we have seen they became jnanis. And here in this case, I don't know. So it's not clearly mentioned. So they were also going. It's the same path. Actually, his elder brothers, what they did, so that only they followed. Bhratrunam prayanam bhrata yenu tishtati dharmavit sapunya bandhu purusho marudbhi sahamodate. A brother aware of the principles of religion follows in the footsteps of his elder brothers. Because of being highly elevated, such a pious brother gets the opportunity to associate, to enjoy with a demigods like Marus, who are all affectionate to their brothers. According to in their belief in various material relationships, people are promoted to various planets. Here it is said that one who is very faithful to his brothers should follow a path similar to their and get the opportunity for the promotion to Marudloka. Narada Muni advised Prajapati Daksha's second group of sons to follow their elder brothers and be promoted to the spiritual world. So commentary is not there much. So just this much only. यूयं तु वैकुंठगामिभिर् अग्रजैः सह मोदिष्यद्वे इति भावः. Actually, Narada Muni taught, see here, what is said? Yuyam tu. Atra drishtantah eva uktah. So, yuyam tu vaikuntagamibhihi agrajaihi saha modishyadve iti bhavaha. Prayanam prachad pravrajam marudbhir bhatru vatsala vihi devaihi. So, actually, they also went to first batch also, they are qualified for the Jnanis. So Jnana instruction is given initially, but ultimately we should understand that since the Narada will preach the ultimate bhakti only. So you should understand that in the first batch also, initially he might have taught Jnana, but ultimate essence of that Jnana is also what? Bhakti. Here also, these people also followed the same thing because they are chanting the mantras Om Namo Narayanaya. These people also went to Vaikunta, like that only should take, because Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing Yuyam tu Vaikunta Gamibihi Agrajaihi Saha Modishyadve iti bhava. That means you people along with your brothers who are so going to Vaikunta, so be happy, so enjoy, you all enjoy, so with the your brothers who are going to Vaikunta. So this is the meaning we are seeing in this. So that means, so both groups went to bhakti and they did the bhakti only, went to Vaikunta and they did bhakti only. That only should take. But initially might have done the Gnani preaching, so that you should take. So from this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, see this line we should get that only. So if you worship the forefathers, you'll go to the Pitraloka. If you do the Kamya Karma, then you'll go to Swarga. If you follow your brother, if you respect your brother, then where you'll go? Marudloka. You'll go to Marudloka. Maruds. But so but what is the sense here? You see, he is saying, Narada is saying to this batch to follow your brothers. So he is asking to follow his brothers, your elder brothers. What is the general rule? If anyone follow his brother strictly, then they will go to the Marudloka. Like if someone is following strictly, so her husband, she is a chaste wife, then she will be also going to the Patiloka. So like this, different lokas are there. They will be going to that. Like if someone is very much attached to their Pitru, that means forefathers, they will go to Pitruloka. So like this, if someone is attached to the brother, they will go to Marudloka. But what is the sense here actually? What sense you should take here? That means Narada's intention is to send them to the Marudloka? No, because Narada knows that his brothers are going to Vaikuntha Loka. So if they follow their brothers means, so they will also going to the Vaikuntha. That is the sense you should take. So even of course in the sloka it is looking like, so he is instructing them to go to follow the brothers, means it is looking like he is instructing them to go to Maruduloka, but that is not the real intention, because their brothers are going so Vaikuntha Loka, and they will also go. If they follow them, then they will also go to spiritual world. That is the meaning. That's why here Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining the bhava of this sloka. Yuyantu Vaikunthagamibhi agrajaihi saha modishyadve iti bhavaha. So if you follow your brothers, because if his brother is not a devotee, then his brother is along with his brother, these people also will be going to the Maruduloka. But now his brothers are all devotees, so that's why these people also going to the Vaikuntha. That is the actually intention of the Narada here. So in instructing them to follow his brothers means, so not to sending them to the Maruduloka, but sending them to the Vaikuntha Loka. Okay. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
And previous chapter we heard the Daksha got the mercy from Lord. And their son also, as like him, they will be also create progeny.
Yes.
But here, after association of the Narada Muni,
Yes.
they will got the Vaikuntha Loka.
Yes.
So it is defeated, na Lord mercy.
No. Lord's mercy is going to appear very soon. After this batch, then he will be getting the lot of batches who are going to expand. Only these 2 batches are gone. That's all. But ultimately, Lord's boon will be functioning. Daksha was able to expand like anything. All the progeny.
So and
this is not going to defeat that.
so another question is that in Bhakti Sandarbha we heard that if anyone associate with the Gyani, they will be Gyani.
Yes.
And those who are associated with the devotees, they will make devotee.
Yes.
But here, Daksha's son are associated with the devotee, but devotee gave them the Jnana Marg.
No, actually that's why I said, initially he is to bring them out from the Pravrutti Marga. So that means to get the detachment towards the Pravrutti Marga, he is giving the Gnana. That's why in the Rupa Goswami also says in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So to bring out from the Pravrutti, from the ghastly activities, from the fruitive activities, we may teach the Gnana initially. So that is like an entry door. So that's a beginning preaching. But ultimately, Narada Muni also taught them Bhakti only. They also went to Vaikuntha. And this batch also is going to follow them, and they will also going back to the Vaikuntha only. So, Jadabharata also, Jadabharata taught the Vairagyam, so for the detachment. So, but yeah, ultimately Bhakti only he is. Raugana also, so guided towards the Bhakti only. But Gnana also, like you see, if you meet any new person, you also to bring them out from the that means gross activities. You'll be telling about, so what is body and soul. This is like Gnana actually. Even Krishna also. So he was starting with that. That means Nayanam Chindanti Shastrani in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So that's basically one we give. But the intention is finally teaching Bhakti only. So here this statement, this is clearly establishing Yuyam tu Vaikuntha Gamibihi Agrajaihi Saha Modishyadve iti bhavaha. That means he is guiding all them to go to Vaikuntha. Etavaduptva prayayo narado moga darshanaha tepi chanvagaman margam bhratrunameva marisha. Sukadeva Goswami continued, O best of the advanced Aryans, after saying this much to the sons of Prajapati Daksha, Narada Muni, so whose merciful glance never goes in vain, left as he had planned. The sons of Daksha followed their elder brothers. Not attempting to produce children, they engaged themselves in Krishna consciousness. Sadrichinam pratichinam parasyanupatam gataha nadyapi te nivartante paschima riva. The Shalvas took to the correct path, which is obtainable by a mode of life meant to achieve devotional service, or the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like knights that have gone to the west, they have not returned even until now. Shalvas, they also left. एतस्मिन् काल उत्पातान् बहून् पश्यन् प्रजापति पूर्ववत् नारदकृतं पुत्रनाशम् उपाशृणोत्. At this time, Prajapati Daksha observed many inauspicious signs, and he heard from various sources that his second group of sons, the Shavalashvas, had followed the path of their elder brothers in accordance with the instructions of Narada. So he came to know second batch also left. Then he got angry. Chukrodha Naradaya sau putra shoka vimurchitaha devarshim upalabhyaha roshat vispuritadharaha. When he heard that Shalvas had also left this world to engage in devotional service, Daksha was angry at Narada and he almost fainted due to lamentation. When Daksha met Narada, Daksha's lips began trembling in anger and he spoke as follows. So Srila Prabhupada is writing, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments that Narada Muni had delivered the entire family of Swayambhu Manu, beginning with Privrata and Uttanapada. He had delivered Uttanapada's son Dhruva, and he had even delivered Prachina Barhi, who was engaged in the fruitive activities. Nevertheless, he couldn't deliver Prajapati Daksha. Prajapati Daksha saw Narada before him because Narada had personally come to deliver him. Narada Muni took the opportunity to approach Prajapati Daksha in his bereavement, because the time of bereavement is suitable time for appreciating Bhakti Yoga. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, 4 kinds of men, Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu and Gnani, try to understand devotional service. Prajapati Daksha was in great distress because of the loss of his sons, and therefore Narada took the opportunity to instruct him regarding liberation from the material bondage. Actually, you see, whenever you get this some vairagya, so it's the right time to teach the philosophy. Actually, now he's in the lamentation, and Narada Muni took the opportunity to preach the Krishna consciousness. That's generally Artho, Artharthi, Gnani, Jignasu. But he will not be hearing anything because offenses are there. So nothing went inside. And he severely actually offended. So putraha dasha prachetasaha pautraha dasha sahasran haryashya sahas katham ekaha tan madhyavarti daksha eva gruhanda kupe khelati iti tam uddidhirshami iti. So that means their putraha means Prachina Barhi's sons. So that's Prachetas. They also became devotees. Pautraha, Haryashvas and Shavalashvas, they also became devotees. In between, who is remaining? This Daksha is remaining. He is not a devotee. So why we should leave him? We will deliver him also. Why he is suffering in the Gruhanda Kupa? Why he is playing in the Gruhanda Kupa? Let me deliver. So thinking like this, so some Sampratamsya Putrana. So Paramahamsya Nishtham Srutva Swayameva Sochan Daksha Prayo Gruhame Nirvaniyo Vartate Tattam Anugrahitum Ayameva Samayaha Sadhuhu. That means now definitely what Narada was thinking. So now he is so much crying for his second batch sons. So definitely now I will go to his house, because he will definitely in the house only with the full lamentation. This is the right time to deliver him, and let me go and preach. So he was thinking, see, he delivered sons and he wants to deliver the so Daksha also. But you see what the reaction coming from the Daksha. Sri Daksha uvacha aho asado sadhunam sadhu lingena nastvaya asadvakarya bakanam bhikshor marga pradarshitah. Prajapati Daksha said, alas, Narada Muni, you wear the dress of a saintly person, but you are not actually a saint. Indeed, although I am now in Grihastha life, I am a saintly person. Sometimes Prabhupada is writing very nicely in the purport actually. Our devotees, they go and preach, and their son and our children, maybe they are becoming devotees. And they will not live by this much. They will go and preach to parents also. They want to deliver them also. We can see. Then sometimes some parents will be speaking same thing actually. So whatever we are seeing in the Daksha's case. So what Daksha is saying, you are wearing you change the dress. By changing dress, what will happen? Will you become sadhu? You will not be a sadhu. So same logics what our Middle East people they give, same logics you can hear here also in all the translations coming slokas. So very nice actually. So you can see that. By showing my sons the path of renunciation, you have done me an abominable injustice. So it's very great. So injustice you did. So now purport I will read everything. This nice purport, and so that we can have one reading. This Prabhupada is explaining the present at that time the situation. See, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Sanyasira alpa chidra sarva loke gaya. In the society, one will find many sannyasis, vanaprasthas, grihasthas, and brahmacharis. But if all of them properly live in accordance with their duties, they are understood as sadhus. Prajapati Daksha was certainly a sadhu because he had executed such a great austerities that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, had appeared before him. Nevertheless, he had a fault-finding mentality. He improperly thought Narada Muni to be asadu. See, fault-finding. They are non-saintly because Narada had foiled his intentions. Desiring to train his sons to become grihasthas fully equipped with knowledge, Daksha had sent them to execute austerities by Narayana Saras. Narada Muni, however, taking advantage of their highly elevated position in austerity, instructed them to become Vaishnavas in renounced order. This is the duty of Narada Muni and his followers. They must show everyone the path of renouncing this middle world and returning home back to Godhead. Prajapati Daksha, however, couldn't see the exaltedness of the duties Narada Muni performed in relation to his sons. Unable to appreciate Narada Muni's behavior, Daksha accused Narada of being a sadhu. The words Bhikshor Marga, the path of renounced order, are very significant in this regard. A sannyasi is called Tridhandi Bhikshu because his duty is to beg alms from the homes of Grihasthas and to give the Grihastha spiritual instructions. A sannyasi is allowed to beg from door to door, but a Grihastha cannot do so. Grihasthas may earn their living according to their 4 divisions of spiritual life. Brahmana Grihastha may earn his livelihood by becoming a learned scholar and teaching people in general how to worship Supreme Personality of Godhead. He may also assume the duty of worship himself. Therefore, it is said that only Brahmanas may engage in deity worship, and they accept as prasada whatever people offer the deity. Although a Brahmana may sometimes accept charity, it is not for his personal maintenance but for the worship of the deity. Thus, a Brahmana doesn't stock anything for his future use. Doesn't stock anything for his future. Similarly, Kshatriyas may collect taxes from the citizens and they must also protect the citizens, enforce rules and regulations, and maintain law and order. Vaishyas should earn their livelihood through agriculture and co-production, and Sudras should maintain their livelihood by serving the 3 higher classes. Unless one becomes a Brahmana, one cannot take sannyasa. Sannyasi and brahmacharis may beg alms door to door. So that's why you should know sannyasis means we should become first Brahmana. So generally, even in the Varnashram system, Brahmanas only allowed to take the sannyasa. Kshatriyas, they will go to till Vanaprastha and Vaishyas. In general, actually. But some specific cases, they will become even the sannyasis also. Prajapati Daksha condemned Narada Muni because Narada, a brahmachari who could beg from door to door, he made sannyasis of Daksha's son, who were being trained to be grihasthas. Daksha was extremely angry at Narada because the thought that Narada had done him a great injustice. According to Daksha's opinion, Narada Muni had misled Daksha's inexperienced sons. Daksha regarded his sons as innocent boys who had been misled when Narada showed them the renounced order of life. Because of all these considerations, Prajapati Daksha charged that Narada Muni was a sadhu and should not have adopted the dress of sadhu. Sometimes saintly person is misunderstood by grihasthas, especially when he instructs their young sons to accept Krishna consciousness. Generally, grihasthas thinks that unless one enters grihastha life, he cannot properly enter the renounced order. If a young man immediately adopts the path of the renounced order in accordance with the instructions of Narada or a member of his disciplic section, his parents become very angry. This same phenomena is occurring in our Krishna conscious movement because we are instructing all the young boys in the Western countries to follow the path of renunciation. We allow grihastha life. So, but a grihastha also follows the path of renunciation. Even a grihastha has to give up so many bad habits that his parents think his life has been practically destroyed. We allow no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, and consequently the parents wonder how, if there are so many no's, one's life can be positive. By following these four regs, so even grihastha life is also, people think that it is a very horrible life. So general parents, they think. In the Western countries especially, these four prohibited activities practically constitute the life and soul of the modern population. Therefore, parents sometimes dislike our movement, just as Prajapati Daksha disliked the activities of Narada and accused Narada of dishonesty. Nevertheless, although parents may be angry at us, we must perform our duty without hesitation because we are in the disciplic succession from Narada Muni. So that's why preach and make more and more full-time duties. And even grihasthas also, in our case, actually, if you see in the beginning of the movement, grihasthas also used to stay in the temple only. Everyone. So all are fully dedicated. 24 hours they are doing the service. Because that is the Ananya Bhakti actually. 24 hours engaged in the devotional service. So, but gradually society is increased. So, but we are not able to engage them as in the communities. So that was something we need to improve in our movement. But now they are working in the outside in the asadhus, that means association. But actually Prabhupada's intention is also to bring up the closed communities where grihasthas also practice most of the times devotional service. So now people addicted to the householder life wonder how one can give up the enjoyment of grihastha life, which is concession for sex enjoyment, simply to become a mendicant in Krishna consciousness. They don't know that the householder concession for sex life cannot be regulated unless one accepts the life of a mendicant. Actually, that's why in the Krishna consciousness, grihastha life is also a sannyasi life only. How many times they can have opportunity to have sex? Only few times, because 2 sons, 2 times. Right time, proper time you should do actually. When the menstruation period after that, so in the right time, if you do properly, so if we have good, that means health, so then 1 or 2 times, 3 times, maximum 3 children. In this time, you cannot grow up more than 3-4 children. It's very difficult. Even 4 children means you need more than 40,000-50,000 per month to raise up. Yes or no? So that's why it's grihastha life is also like a mendicant life. Not that they every month having the free license. And then they are also like brahmachari going and doing sex with the woman. How it will be abominable? Same thing. If one does the sex with his wife, there is no point of producing the children. How much this is a fault? That is also same fault actually. So then you are violating the principles of 4 regulative principles. So then that's why Prabhupada is saying, in our Krishna consciousness, Grihastha life is also mendicant life, the sannyasi life. So the Vedic civilization therefore enjoins that the end of one's 50th year, one must give household life. This is the compulsory. This is compulsory, huh? This is compulsory. Prabhupada is writing. However, because modern civilization is misled, householders want to remain in family life until death, and therefore they are suffering. In such cases, the disciples of Narada Muni advise all the members of the younger generations to join the Krishna conscious movement immediately. There is nothing wrong in this. So there is nothing wrong, young people joining. Because then we say that you are already, your parents also became more than 50, they also should join, like following Narada Muni. So young people also should join, everyone should join. Yes.
Temple, the one brahmachari joined means like one son joined.
Yeah.
And their parents become so angry.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the time to take a son to temple.
Yeah.
So came to president. President said, okay, no problem. You can take your son, but you can come.
Yes.
First ask, say, president ask, oh, what is the time for joining then? This is not a proper time.
Yeah.
When they have married, their life settled, they get old, 50, 60 years. So then they should join. Okay, you are 60 now.
You should join.
You should join and take your son. You should come here. Then said, no problem. Let son should be happy. Let son is happy. Let it be here. We'll be happy there.
Yes. So here now Daksha is giving a few more logics. So Runais Tribir Amuktanam Amimam Sata Karmanam Vigataha Shreyasa Papa Loka Yorubhayo Krutaha. Translation: Prajapati Daksha said, my sons were not at all freed from their 3 debts. Indeed, they didn't properly consider their obligations. O Narada Muni, O personality of sinful action, so you have obstructed their progress toward good fortune in this world and the next, because they are still indebted to the saintly persons, the demigods and their father. Actually, 3 runas. That means, according to Karma Siddhanta, we are indebted to the 3 kinds of the debts. What is that? So Pitru Runam, so Rishi Runam, and next Devata Runam. These are the 3 kinds of the runas. And he is saying that Daksha, these people didn't repay these debts. So they have to, that's why should follow first Grihastha rules and repay to them, and then they can. A sannyasa they can take. But actually, the Bhakti Rasamrita, what it says, if anyone comes to the Ananya Bhakti, then for them, there is no need to pay any kind of runas, any kind of the debts. They are relieved from all the debts. Sarva papyebhyo aham mokshayishyami. So I will be cleaning, saving from all the sins, like what is Jayamano havai brahmana tribhe runavan jayate brahmacharyena rishibhyo yagnena devabhya prajaya pitrubhya. How to repay? So Brahmacharyena Rishibhi, by following the Brahmachari Vrata, so Rishis' debts will be repaid. How to repay Devatas, debt of the Devatas? By the sacrifices. How to repay the forefathers, debt to the forefathers? By producing the progeny. So Esha va Anrunaha. So ya putri yagna krut brahmachari vasi ityadi srute. So runaihi amuktanam na mimam sitani na vicharitani karmani yaihi tesham tavad rishi runamo vimoksha so nasti. So what he is saying, Daksha, if one doesn't analyze properly their duties and also their debts towards these rishis and all, so then they will not be relieved from the karma. vicharitan karmani ehi tesham tavad rishi. Then they will not be free from these runas. So ehi tesham tavad rishi runa vimoksha nasti tad uttara kala bhavitvacha putrotpadana yajnanusthanayoho abhavena pitru deva देवर्णि विमुक्तिश्च नास्ति अतः हे पाप हे विश्वासघातिन विषय भोग त्यागनादि. Is going to next sloka. Is going to tell the going to the next sloka. Okay. Papa. Okay, Papa. What Daksha is saying, so these are not relieved from the debts. Even they are not able to repay to the, so Rishiranam also. Rishiranam you can repay by the Brahmachari Vrata. Because being in a Brahmachari life, you should understand that your duties, your future duties. That means Rishiranam and others, Pitrurunam and Devataranam. Those things you should understand, but you are not at all properly understanding those, not properly deliberating on those. Simply you are leaving this, that means all these duties and becoming the mendicant. So this is nothing but what? Even you are not following the proper brahmachari life also. Brahmachari means you should understand his future duties. That also you didn't understand. That's why finally Daksha is saying that these boys are not relieved from the Rishirinam, so Pitrurinam and Devatarinam all. And you are the cause for that. That's why, hey Papa, that means, oh Viswasaghatin. So you are the, so cheating the believed people. Viswasaghatin. Vishaya Bhoga Tyagana, Tyagajan, Vishaya Bhoga Tyajana, Bhoga Tyajanadi. Tyajanat ihaloke sresaha vighataha. Moksha anadhikare api vairagya pravartanat paraloke vighataha kutah ityardha. What he is saying that now you, what Narada you did, these people left this place and they didn't understand their duties and they are not able to get the materialistic pleasure, and without proper becoming eligible to get the moksha, so they took the path of renunciation. They started practicing the renunciation, and that's why they are also not going to get the, they are also not going to get the they are also not going to get the future. That means the spiritual pleasure also they are not going to get. So in this way, these people, you know, so what he's saying that, Narada, you are the cause for my children not to get material pleasure and spiritual pleasure, both. You disturb them for everything. Tathacha Manuhu. So Manu is also saying, Runani Trinyapakritya Mano Mokshe Niveshayet Anapakritya Moksham Tu Seva Mano Vrajatyadaha. Tvam Dushtam Kim Bravimi Tvaya Sevakena Bhagavatopi Duryashaha Ajanishtha Ityaha. So you are so sinful man actually. What I can speak? Tvaya sevakena bhagavatahapi duryasha. Because of you, Lord also will get bad name. People say same dialogues actually. If you see these dialogues, even I heard from my parents also. Parents, same dialogues actually. So without proper renunciation, you are leaving your duties, and you will not get material pleasure and also spiritual pleasure, and you are not at all following the proper system, and this is, you are bad for everyone. He's blaming it. So same here. So he's saying that Daksha, Narada Muni is bringing bad name to the Lord also. So like that he's saying, he's scolding. Evam tvam niranukrosho balanam mati bidhare Parshadamadye charasi yashoha nirapatrapaha. Prajapati Daksha continued, thus committing violence against other living entities, and yet claiming to be an associate of Lord Vishnu, you are defaming the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You needlessly created a mentality of renunciation in innocent boys. And therefore, you are shameless and devoid of compassion. How could you travel with the personal associates of the Supreme Lord? So now, innocent boys, my boys are very small and young, and you disturb them. You disturb them. They are not fit for their renunciation. You preach such a way, and they left all their duties. And this is, you did such a, so bad for us. Needlessly, you created a mentality of renunciation in innocent boys. आ जाएगा प्रभु इससे, हैं? अच्छा आइए. So what he said, Tvam dushtam kim brahmi, tvaya sevakena bhagavata api duryasha. You are the servant of the Lord, and because of you, Lord is also getting the bad name only. There is no doubt in that. Okay, बाप रे इतना. हरियशोहा त्वम् अभूतेन हरौ अपि तव अपराधः पार्षद मध्ये इति वैष्णवेषु अपि इत्येवम् अस्मद् विधेषु महत्सु भगवती भागवतेषु तव अपराधो जातः दुर्वारः एव विश्वासघातित्वात् इदानीं what Daksha is saying, you made such a mind for them. They are going to reject the nishta in karma, because Shastra is prescribing the nishta in karma, and that kind of buddhi Shastra is giving, and that you have broken. So that's why. So Harehe Yashoha, Harehe Yashoha, what he is saying. So Yashoha means you are bringing the bad name for the Hari also. Yashoha, that means who destroys the Yasha of the Hari. That means defaming the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Narada is known as how he is a servant of the Hari. So such a person is now destroying the people's steadiness in doing karma. But actually karma is given by the Hari only, na? So, and that's why he is saying, Daksha, you are committing offense towards the Vaishnavas. See, Haro api tava aparadaha. Daksha is saying that Narada Muni is committing offense towards the Hari. See, so Hare Yashaha Tvam Abhutena Haro api tava aparadaha parsha madhye iti. So Vaishnaveshu api ityevam asmadadi videshu mahatsu bhagavati bhagavateshu cha tava aparadha jata durvara eva viswasa ghatitvadina. So what is he saying? We are also followers of Hari. So completely different logic Daksha is bringing. Daksha is saying that you are disturbing, so these boys not to do their duties, so that's why you are committing offense towards the Hari. First point. And not only that, and you disturbed me also. I am the follower of the Hari and I am the Vaishnava, and you committed offense towards me also. Tava aparadaha durvarahe. So like that he is saying. Nanu bhagavata nityam bhutanugraha kataraha rite tvam sahrudagnam vova vaiveranka vairankama vairinam. Translation: all the devotees of the Lord, but you are very kind to the conditioned souls and are eager to benefit others. Although you wear the dress of a devotee, you created enmity with people who are not your enemies. Or you break friendship and create enmity between friends. Are you not ashamed of poisoning a devotee while performing these abominable actions? And is once again, that means a few more, that means abusing words he used. Then netam pumsam viraga syat tvaya kevalina mrusha manyase yad pashamam sneha pasha nikruntanam. So Prajapati Daksha continued, if you think that simply awakening the sense of renunciation will detach one from the material world, I must say that unless full knowledge is awakened, simply changing dress as you have done cannot possibly bring detachment. This is the common. So actually people say that you should go through the difficulties through the growth life, understand all the negatives and pros and cons. Then after that you'll get the proper renunciation. Then you should get the renunciation. Then that is the, so then this will be the very nice. So then they will be proper renunciation they are getting. This kind of things they will be, so he is saying, no, mat pravartita dvara pravartitad vairagya devatesha. So Narada is saying that, so whatever the path I showed the renunciation, by that they will be getting the relief. So, and also that is destroying the attachment to this material world. But here he is saying that father in a reverse way. So this kind of detachment is not useful. This is only changing dress. So लाल कपड़ा पहनने से क्या भक्त बन जाएगा, वो रिनाउंस हो गए क्या, ऐसा नहीं. So you should go through the grosthashram, understand the really the pain and pleasure, duties you follow, satisfy everyone, then take, then you'll understand. Like that Daksha is saying. But actually association of devotees is so powerful. So bhaktya, that means bhakti can bring all the kinds of renunciation. So that's why suitably you should instruct. Someone is, yeah, so based upon, but if someone Vaishnava is so powerful, even anyone can become easily renounced. Actually they will, even some, because of some unavoidable offenses they might be having, so those will be destroyed by the mercy of the Guru, and everyone can become devotee. Actually everyone can become renounced. Many times we say that if their nature is not suitable, this is not suitable, that is not there in the Shastra. Actually you're understanding. Oh, yeah, one point actually what I want to say, many times people say that, so oh, you should see the nature, so according to his nature you should instruct the grihastha and the brahmachari. So this they say, but actually in our Krishna consciousness grihastha is also is a mendicant only, actually is completely renounced only. So that's why this nature feature is not a thing, but that whatever the little pleasure is coming, if someone wants that, they can go. But how to decide? That means who is going to become brahmachari, who is going to become grihastha? How to decide them? Then decision is, so because bhakti is pure and ananya bhakti is having the quality of attracting quality. That means only few jivatmas are attracted to that and few jivas are not attracted. Is it like that? That means the attraction towards bhakti is only applicable to only few jivatmas and not for the other jivatmas. Is it like that? No. If someone is not able to get the attraction for that bhakti, not able to get that purna shraddha, because even after association of the devotees, then what is that? Offenses only. Many times people say that it's nature. What is nature? Nature feature kuch nahi. Only thing is offenses. Every jivatma is eligible for the ananya bhakti. Every Jivatma is eligible for Ananya Bhakti. That means Tavat Karvani Karamgita, what it is saying? So Vasudeva Katha Ruchi, actually the Shraddha in the Vasudeva Katha. Shraddha only, na? So Shraddha, that means Shraddha will come to whom actually? By the association of devotees, every Jivatma can get that Shraddha. But someone is not able to get that Shraddha even after associating the devotees several times, then what is this? That is his nature or what? They should work on nature, their swabhava, gunas. They should work on the destroying the offenses. They are even in the more serious they should take. Even after hearing so many instructions and so much Bhagavatam, if you are not getting the renunciation, that means full Shraddha to become Ananya Bhakta, then what is this? Still we are having some lethargy in following the sadhana, saithilyam, and some faithlessness. This is because of what? It's nature? It's not nature. It's due to offenses. So that's why, so you should work on what? You should work on the destroying the offenses. Do the more seriously bhajan? Yes. So then, so that is the way, that is the angle you should see. That means in that way you should see. In that way you should see. Whatever our conditioning nature is there, that conditioning nature is not at all going to stop you to get the attraction towards the Ananya Bhakti. What is going to stop you? The offenses you committed. The offenses what you committed, that will stop you to not to get the attraction, not the nature. Because even Rakshasas also can become Ananya Bhaktas. Daityas also can become Gandharva, Kinnera, birds, everything, trees, everyone will become pure devotee. So pure devotion, everyone is eligible. And that is the goal actually. Nowadays, people most of the times working on the nature, but working on the offenses is the goal. So someone got the full Shraddha in the Bhakti, and yeah. So then what is there actually? You should always engage in 24 hours in devotional service. Even he is a Grihastha or he is a Brahmachari, that's not at all a matter. And mainly is full engagement in the devotional service. That is the main important point. Grihastha life means, so nowadays that means counseling to go to marriages, this, that. What is the philosophical foundation for that kind of counseling? What is that? It should be every point and every, so your view should be supported by the Bhagavatam and philosophy. And speculation should not come. Speculation should not come. Why Privrata went for marriage? It's nature? No. Only thing is, what is the Siddhanta there? What Siddhanta we discussed? Huh? Yes. Following the seniors' instruction. What Vishnu said on that? One important rule he said to the Vaishnavas. Very most important point. Why Privrata went for marriage? Huh? Jai Gopinath Prabhu, ki jai.
Is it that Prabhu, he was given assurance that he will remain in his Krishna consciousness even though he enters into Grihastha?
Prabhu?
Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu. Now it is okay. Tell me, Prabhu.
Even though he enters into the Grihastha ashram, he will remain in his Krishna consciousness. That is the final, the instructions of Narada Muni, and then what he achieves finally is the same. So with that assurance, he enters. So it is not that for sense gratification he enters.
This is not the exact answer. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Try, Prabhu.
It is two things. It is order of the Lord, like this, as well as he was also pure devotee, and it is his prarabdha to enjoyment. So they are using as a prarabdha as a utilizing the prarabdha. It was discussion was this. So
Any answer? You want to say? Tell. Guess. Okay.
So Lord orders. So Jivan Mukta, case like Jivan Mukta. Still,
So-
even if goes in Grihastha, the whatever he does, it doesn't have any reaction.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Uh,
He had such good quality
Yeah.
that good quality actually ruling the whole of the peoples, and as if the guru's instruction. That's
exact. What is the Vishnu has made a good rule? What is that rule? Prabhuji said right, that is that because elderly devotee instructed, Brahmaji is saying, that's why he went. What is the rule there actually? The rule is this: if any pure devotee, Mahabhagavat, is instructing you to follow some activity which is not so much conducive to bhakti, still you should follow that. This was said by Vishwanath Chakravarti. Obeying, following, that means, so this is the Vaishnava etiquette actually, following this etiquette, because Mahabhagavat is saying, and he followed that. This point we discussed. No, we discussed actually. In the comment it is there. Okay, you can check. So that is the reason. That's all. It's not that the so much discussion there. So Ananya Bhakti should be the goal for everyone actually. All the Grihasthas and Brahmacharis. So just by wearing the clothes, one cannot become Brahmachari. Just by marrying, they are not becoming ineligible for the pure devotional service.
his arguments, Daksha's arguments, whether it's scriptural support or morals of based on morality, based on piety, which was what was
Yeah, Daksha's arguments. So good question. So
argument.
the Daksha's arguments are based upon Karma Siddhanta. Karma Siddhanta.
Brahmaji also gave support to just going to Grihastha ashram,
Yes.
and gave so many reasons also. There's like scriptural support he gave.
Yeah.
How this is
So he was
poured.
saying that Lord's order this is. That means, so he's establishing ultimately Lord's order is there to you to go to Grihastha ashram. Like that he established.
Karma Siddhanta, based on only.
Daksha is telling Karma Siddhanta. That means being so taking birth in this material world, you should repay your debts towards the Devatas, Rishis, and also forefathers. This is a karma, law of karma, following this respective karmas, duties. Then after that, you'll enter into the next ashram, Vanaprastha, and next sannyasi. This is the karma. So based renunciation. Principle of renunciation is implemented phase by phase. So this he is asking to follow. And he is saying that he's firmly believing the karma, and he's saying that so karma siddhanta is given by the Vishnu, and you are going against to the Vishnu, being a servant of Vishnu, you are going against to the instructions of Vishnu, you are committing offense towards the Vishnu, and we are all the Vaishnavas, and you are committing offense towards all of us also. Ultimately, you are the offender, he is saying. Viswasa ghataha. That means you are acting like a Vaishnava, and you are like a follower of Vishnu, and you are just whom you are worshipping, you are following, and to him only you are so doing the loss, injury or loss. That means you are following Hari and you are going against the instructions of Hari. Hari Yashaha. You are destroying the glory of the Hari. So you are defaming the Hari, like that. So 40th, yeah. नानुभूय न जानाति पुमान् विषयिति क्ष्ण्यताम् निर्विद्यते स्वयं तस्मान् न तथा भिन्नति परै. Material enjoyment is indeed the cause of all unhappiness, but one cannot give it up unless one has personally experienced how much suffering it is. Therefore, one should be allowed to remain in so-called material enjoyment while simultaneously advancing in knowledge to experience the misery of the is false material happiness. Then, without help from others, one will find material enjoyment distasteful. Those whose minds are changed by others don't become as renounced as those who have personal experience. Wow. This is also argument you'll hear. Without personal experience, just by hearing, you cannot imitate like a mendicant. So this is also so-called. So now you can write a question. I don't know question is there or not. I will see. So question is that. Give the arguments. Explain the arguments given by Daksha. Daksha to reject Narada's activities. Prabhupada purport, it is said that unless woman becomes pregnant, she cannot understand the trouble of giving birth to a child. Bandhya ki bhujibhe prasava vedana. The word bandhya means a sterile woman. Such a woman cannot give birth to a child. How then can she perceive the pain of delivery? According to the philosophy of Prajapati Daksha, a woman should first become pregnant and then experience the pain of childbirth. Then, if she is intelligent, she will not want to be pregnant again. Actually, however, this is not fact. Sex enjoyment is strong that woman becomes pregnant and suffers at the time of childbirth, but she becomes pregnant again despite her experience. According to Daksha's philosophy, one should become implicated in material enjoyment so that after experiencing the distress of such enjoyment, one will automatically renounce material. Nature, however, is so strong that although a man suffers at every step, he will not cease his attempts to enjoy. Under the circumstances, unless one gets the association of a devotee like Narada Muni or his servant in the disciple association, one's dormant spirit of renunciation cannot be awakened. It is not a fact that because material enjoyment involves so many painful conditions, one will automatically become detached. One needs the blessings of a devotee like Narada Muni. Then one can renounce his attachment for the material world. That's why these are stumbling blocks actually. There's a deep attachment to this material world that will go by the Guru Kripa only. That means some obstacles which you cannot cross by yourself. That will go by the mercy of the Guru. The young boys and girls of the Krishna conscious movement have given up their spirit of material enjoyment not because of practice, but they by the mercy of Sri Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his servants. So by the mercy. But whatever his individual anarthas, so those will be going. But some anarthas which one cannot destroy, those will go by the mercy of the sadhus and also gurus. Yannastam karma sandhanam sadhunam gruhamedinam krutavanasi durmarsham vipriyam tava marshitam. Although I live in a household life with my wife and children, I honestly follow the Vedic injunctions by engaging in the fruitive activities to enjoy life without sinful reactions. I have performed all kinds of yagnas, including the Deva Yagna, Rishi Yagna, Pitru Yagna, and Nri Yagna. Because these yagnas are called vratas, I am known as Griha Vrata. Unfortunately, you have given me great displeasure by misguiding my sons for no reason to the path of renunciation. This can be tolerated once. 10 marks. So he was explaining. So he's following nicely his grahastha dharma, and he started disturbing. Next, tantu kruntana yannastvam abhadramachara punah tasma lokeshu te muda na bhavet brahmatah padam. You have made me lose my sons once, and now you have again done the same inauspicious thing. Therefore, you are a rascal who doesn't know how to behave toward others. You may travel all over the universe, but I curse you to have no residence anywhere. This is the curse. Wonderful curse he got. Tathapi tava abhadram bhavishyed ityaha tat tantu kruntanam. So he will be no more staying at one place, no residence. Narada always traveling. It's boon for him because it's a good opportunity to preach, having no house. Next, Sri Sukuvacha. Pratijagraha tadbhadam narada sadhu sammataha etavan sadhu vadohi titikshete swayam. Sri Sukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, since Narada Muni is an approved saintly person, when cursed by Prajapati Daksha, he replied, tadbhadam. That means, yes, what you have said is good. What you have said is good. One second. So what you have said is good. I accept this curse. He could have cursed Prajapati Daksha in return, but because he is a tolerant and merciful sadhu, he took no action. So bhadam tatha iti svichakara sadhuna sammatiti sadhavah eva evameva sahanta ityardha prasiddhasya sadhuvada shabdasya pyeshah eva niruktirittyaha etavan. Yes, it's good actually. If you get any curse and any rejection or anything happen in your life, you should take positive. Good. That's good for the practicing more and more devotion actually. Like in the case of, that's very, what is that? Anga. He got the bad son and everyone is scolding, and he took it in a positive way. He was not at all lamenting. Even the devotional life. So whatever you are getting, that's good for devotional life. But we should see the concern. We should concern for others also. But we should be happy whatever the curse we get, whatever the negative things we get, negative feedbacks also. Should be happy for that. And because that is, so otherwise, unless you will get attachment for the unnecessary things, this and that, this skills, that skills. So, but only thing is, you should concern about the others. They should not offend. So if they offend to you also, then their bhakti will be spoiled. No? If that is also, you should concern for that. And that kind of concern you should have. But anything happens in our life that is good for us, you should take in the positively Krishna conscious way. Nanu daksham anugrahitam agatah naradah dakshena bahushah tiraskrutah. So Tika is saying, why Narada? That means a lot of rejection. You can see a lot of tiraskruta means rejection from the Daksha. Why Narada didn't go away from that place? Why he didn't go away from that place? Why? Narada say, I am Abhipraya. What is the Abhipraya? Why Narada didn't get any angry, or otherwise he could have gone away from that place. But he could have gone away from that place, but he didn't go. So Krodha Vashaha I am. Bahushah tiraskaran api karotu shapam cha dadatu tatasya. That means Narada was thinking that, okay, let him give curse and also let him show his anger. Tatasya krodaihi tat phalodaya. Ityuktehe yada krodaha shamyate mam cha prati tirskaradikam akurvanam sarvameva saha manam alokya hanta hanta bhagavad bhaktah ayam tiraskruta shapasya iti vaikunthagatanam sanakadinam iva anutapasya yada bhavishyati तथा भक्ति बीज वपन योग्य क्षेत्री भूते अस्मिन् शुद्ध भक्ति बीजम उक्त्वा यास्यामि इति बुद्ध्या तावत् क्षण पर्यन्तमपि स्थितम्. Wow, such a great, this is the spirit actually, Why Narada? That means he is so much, that means Daksha was rejecting him so much. He was hearing so much badly about him, but he didn't go away from that place. He was patiently bearing those. Why? He didn't get any angry. Why? Because ityukte yada. That means now Daksha is in angry mood actually. So, and Narada is simply silently hearing everything. And Daksha is also having a lot of that means, so he is a lot of lamentation in his heart and angry. And he was speaking. And Narada peacefully are hearing. What is the intention of Narada in hearing all this? The intention is, okay, now his anger is too heavy, let him speak. Once his anger is going away, then what? Krodha shamyate. Then after that, mamcha tirskaradi kam akurvanam sarvameva sahanam alokya. Then, so now, but Narada is not at all rejecting anything, and he was patiently bearing everything. So once the Daksha's anger goes down, then he will see, wow, I scolded so much, but this Narada is so patient and so he showed such a patience and such a great quality. And even I cursed him, but he didn't reacted for this. And for this, definitely, so Daksha will be repenting back. And then what will happen? Then in his seed, the bija vapanam, that means the seed of the bhakti will be now is planted, will be planted, is sowed actually, not planted, sowed. So the bija of the seed of the bhakti will be sowed, because he will be started appreciating so quality of this devotee. That is nothing but that sowing the seed of the devotion. So that's why Narada was patiently waiting. Let me sow the seed of the devotion in his heart, and then only I will live. So that's why he was not at all going away from there, and he was keep on hearing. Dakshasya tu tat.
Formation is there. Did he repent, Daksha, after that? Just like Narada Muni is hoping he will repent and future and gets.
I don't know. Next life, what is the Daksha's actually? Is he? Yeah. Dakshasya tu tattad drishtva aho chandrardha maulehe aparadha sesha prabhalyam iti smrutva tatha apasputu. Dakshasya tu tattad drishtva aho. But what Daksha thought? Tattad drishtva aho chandrardha maulehe aparadha shesha prabhalyam iti smrutva tatha apasprutam. What is given in English? Yeah. So, but Daksha didn't repent for this. Dakshasya tu tattad drishtva chandrardha maulehe aparadha shesha prabhalyam. Chandrardha mauli means Shiva. So that means he committed offense towards Shiva, and because of the pending offense, What that means, he completely destroyed that offense, and because of this he was not able to repenting. That means, अरे तो आप इतना साधु हैं, तो you are so kind. I told so much, but you didn't repent for you didn't react for this. So really, you are so great. So like that, if we start saying Daksha, then automatically Narada will get chance to make him devotee actually. But that chance he didn't get, because since the offenses whatever there in the heart of the Shiva, so because of this he was not able to repent, and Narada didn't get any chance to tell the further glories of the bhakti. And finally, what happened? So he went away from that place without preaching anything, because their repentance is not there. So like this chapter ends. Next chapter is very simple. If you give time, I can. All this next chapter is self-study. Okay, we'll start the 7th chapter in the next, because these are simply whose son is whose daughter is. There's Dakshas are having the 16 daughters, and all those daughters are given to different sadhus, and they are married and their progeny. That is explained. That you all can do the self-study. And tomorrow we'll start the 8th chapter, 7th chapter. Okay, nothing. No, tomorrow. Tuesday is the 7th chapter. Yes, 8th chapter will start. Yes. Once on purport, I will read just to 5 minutes. I'll take. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam Titikshvaha Karunika, the symptom of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful, and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies. He is peaceful. He abides by the scriptures, and all his characteristics are sublime. Because Narada Muni is the most elevated of sadhus, devotees, to deliver Prajapati Daksha, is silently tolerated the curse. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught the principle to all his devotees. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all sins of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. Following the orders of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one who preaches the glories of the Lord all over the world or all over the universe should be humble than the grass and more tolerant than the tree, because a preacher can live an easygoing life. Indeed, a preacher must face many impediments. Not only is he sometimes cursed, but sometimes he must also suffer personal injury. For example, when Nityananda Prabhu went to preach Krishna consciousness to the two Ragish brothers, Jagai and Madai, they injured him and made his head bleed. But nevertheless, he tolerantly delivered the two rocks. So we who became perfect Vaishnavas. This is the duty of a preacher. Lord Jesus Christ even tolerated crucifixion. Therefore, the curse against Narada was not very astonishing, and he tolerated it. Now it may be asked why Narada Muni stayed in the presence of Prajapati Daksha and tolerated all his accusations and curses. Was that for Daksha's deliverance? The answer is yes. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that after being insulted by Prajapati Daksha, Narada Muni should have left immediately, but he purposefully stayed to hear all Daksha's strong words so that Daksha might be relieved of his anger. Prajapati Daksha was not an ordinary man. He had accumulated the result of many pious activities. Therefore, Narada Muni expected that after delivering his curse, Daksha, satisfied and freed from anger, would repent his misbehavior and thus get a chance to become a Vaishnava and be delivered. When Jagai and Madai offended Lord Nityananda stood tolerantly, and therefore both brothers fell at his lotus feet and repented. Consequently, they later became perfect Vaishnavas. So actually here the main point is, Narada was expecting repentance, but there was no repentance from them. So there is no repentance from the Daksha, and that's why he was very much so upset, of course, because he didn't get any chance to preach. So not able to sow the seed of the bhakti in his heart. So we should make a question actually on this. So what is the intention of the Narada Muni to stay back even after hearing this so many insult? No. So many, what do you say? After false. Insults, you can say insults, many insulting words. Okay, so many insulting words from Daksha. Why Narada was staying back? That is a, you should write. That's 2 marks. This question, this much question will carry, and also you should summarize the arguments given by the Daksha. So to reject the Narada's activities. Yeah, Chaitanya Jivan Prabhu, yes. Huh? Flawless executions. Yeah. So next, any more question in this? Okay. Okay. This is okay. Thus end the Bhakti and the purports of the 6th and 5th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Narada Muni cursed by Prajapati Daksha. Okay, next chapter is very easy and simple. So you do the self-study and we'll be starting the 7th chapter from the next class. Okay. Yes, Prabhu, you want to say something? Yes, Prabhu, please come. Yeah, be patient. So we request all of you to stay back for another 10 minutes. Prachir leke aao. Pro cardless mic. Recording बंद कर सकते हैं.